were actually a full assist higher than Team Liquid. So a lot more teamwork there, as reflected in the stats, as well as what you saw in the end of the game.
Exactly. It's my favorite stat for kind of breaking down how a team plays. It was 2.78 assists per kill for Envy, 1.78 assists per kill for Liquid. So it kind of shows you what their kills looked like. They tended to look like team fights. And also, to sing the praises of a player, Seraph went off, of course, on Cassidy, highest damage in the game, 947.7 damage per minute, extremely high.
Now remember, another reason why the assists per kill are going to be higher for Team Envy is they were losing a bunch of the early game. Early game is where solo kills happen and duo kills happen. Team Liquid, they had strength in the early game. They had a bunch of isolated skirmish victories. And that also contributed to that stat. Meanwhile, though, let's take a look at this. We got pretty much the same bands, actually.
Exact same bands.
Team Liquid on the same side as well, because Team Envy, they did get choice for this pick ban phase, and they decided they wanted red side, so they can get that double pick on the counter side. Plus, they also get to hide their last counter for sure. Maybe switch up some champions through the different lanes. They're a huge fan of flex picks, to a fault.
Yeah, and sometimes to their gain as well. I mean, you're right that sometimes it does go wrong. So far, the exact same pick and ban coming through. The run back is here. Ekko being hovered, and look at this, more similarities. The same comp so far allowed. Actually, no, some differences, of course. Instead of the RekSai being grabbed up, is now the Gragas saying, okay, Arcsecond, you can play Gragas.
Yeah.
What else can you play?
You had a lot of success there on the Gragas. The thing is, RekSai is even easier to play than Gragas is. So
sure,
I'd say he should be happy to play RekSai. No opportunities for the ultimate to miss, because you can only use it if you click on a tunnel.
It's true. You can ult to the wrong place.
I mean, you also get passive attack speed, so I guess you can use it without doing anything.
As long as you hit Control R. Congratulations using your ultimate properly. Well, we'll see what else changes up. Still the early priority on Braum, which I always like because he's good against Sivir. I think if Sivir's allowed, you should put some priority on that champion because he breaks up Ricochet. But even still, I think Sivir a great champion. We'll see if it comes through. Last time around, Liquid would have rather played Jhin. We're going to change that up and actually go Bard Sivir here.
All right, so they steal away the Sivir from Lod, and they do pair it with another very good assister here. Bard in the bottom lane, going to create some more plays. Matt's Bard was one of the things that got him a huge amount of notoriety in North American LCS, and one of his most praised champions. We'll see if this is going to be enough to turn it around for them. There definitely are possibilities of cross-map plays with the Bard. You're double ranged as far as, the 2v2 lane, trying to play into Braum, try and abuse him early on, make use of the side lane brush to get off a lot of extra harass, whittle him down. Definitely have to respect the kill pressure, though. Lucian, Braum, one of the old school kill pressure duo lanes there, especially with Procxin on the Gragas. Procxin's been one of those guys to take some oddball gank routes and gank early and often with that champion.
For sure. It's worth pointing out an interaction that Braum has with Sivir is that even if you spell shield the 4th hit of the Braum passive, it doesn't go on cooldown. He can just re-tag you and stun you right afterwards. So if you're stuck in a scrappy battle, you're gonna get stunned at some point by that Braum.
I mean,
so life can be hard, and we actually have the Cassidy coming back through. So Liquid saying, I think we can pick better. 2 Cassidy's in a row.
Will it be better, though? Let's see here. FeniX did have a very good individual performance, and we didn't expect anything less from FeniX, right? As an individual player, has been great for the majority of this LCS split, and also had another good game last time around. This time, though, he'll be in the counter matchup. The roles have swapped here. Ninja taking the Vlad, and this time FeniX will get to try his hand at assassinating the back line.
What if we're in a world where it's actually still top cast and an Ekko goes mid?
I mean, it could very well be. I don't see the reason to do that because they're both, assassin, melee, EP champions, and Lourlo has so much more time on Ekko than he does on Cassidy.
Agree completely. I think it makes a lot of sense. Last pick comes through as Irelia for Seraph. Last time around, he played Cassidy as the counter pick. This time, Cassidy taken, of course, off the table. Liquid said, no, you can't. That's going to be our champion. So he moves down the tier list, I guess, to the Irelia here. He hasn't actually played that champion very much in the second half of the split. Used to play a lot of split pushers early on in the season. That's tapered off, but he's now back with the Irelia here in the regional qualifiers, up 1-0, hoping to make it 2.
Question is, will he build it like Ray builds it? Dust Blade seconds
Unlikely.
and go full assassination damage. Definitely unlikely. I think it's very funny here that this pick bans Team Liquid have basically stolen away the strategy that EnVy used in the previous game, taking away the core of Kassadin and Sivir, with a little bit of augmentation here with the Bard to be able to set up these plays.
Yeah.
It's really scary. If Bard ult lands, you know there's a Kassadin, Sivir speed boosted dive comp coming at you pretty soon.
One thing that I think is very good for Liquid here, those who get ourselves into the second game, is they've picked champions that will just work better in the late game, where if they already assume they're going to be better at ganking, they're going to win their laning phase, they're going to get that 5,000 gold lead at 30 minutes or so, when other champions are suited to actually push that advantage forward and close the game out instead of getting outscaled, and so some of the weaknesses might be covered up by their champ select as we get ourselves into game 2 as Liquid hope to make a comeback against EnVy, who squeaked out game 1.
Meanwhile, Team EnVy looking to cement that 3-0 that Lod was proposing in his video.
Yeah, push it forward. It's definitely the hope that EnVy can close this out, hide their counter picks, hide the rest of their strategies, and show up tomorrow refreshed and ready to go against Cloud9.
I mean, that would be one of the most epic gauntlet runs. And this is coming from a region where we had the Cloud9 run where they went all the way.
I was going to ask you, actually, if either EnVy or Liquid do make Worlds, is that more or less impressive than the C9 run?
Ooh, I mean, the C9 one was really epic, but with C9 being higher than EnVy now in this gauntlet, like C9 and Immortals right now are, it's just kind of assumed that that will be the last game
hard
of the
final
gauntlet
bosses,
because both of those teams already shown in playoffs that they are, putting in a ton of work right now, and part of the reason why EnVy and Team Liquid are so considered so much underdogs in the gauntlet is not only their finishes, but also I guess we haven't seen them in a long time, so we haven't seen any improvements, whereas we've seen on screen the improvements that Cloud9 has made from the regular season to the postseason.
Just watch Impact for the last couple of weeks and you're like, okay, this is gonna be hard.
If it was just that one player and everything else, I'd say that all right, we are gonna have delayed invade to stop this Gromp though. Let's see, will they be able to finish it? They're actually staying on in a long time. Stayed on it very long here. They're not respecting. They saw him come in here to try and...
All right, time to earn a little bit of gold. Oh, he's gonna get it! Yes, he is! Unlucky. Matt swags away and goes, I don't want to get queued. He might get queued. Ooh, what a great stun, though. Flash auto, okay. Matt's still in danger.
My life for the Gromp!
Exhausts Lod, but have to flash away. Hakuho doesn't have his own flash. Q's not gonna land.
Chase him down, tilt! Heal, flash!
And EnVy are gonna miss half a minion wave. They're gonna lose all the health they lost from fighting the Gromp. And Jynthe is quite far ahead.
Jynthe got solo experience on the first wave. Plus, Matt's not even behind because he got Gromp experience. Stealing the Gromp.
They're both
This is Sivir with control of the lane. It is Sivir paired with a ranged champion to also try and harass you as she has control of the lane. And Team EnVy, almost always when people place a defensive ward and they start the Gromp and they see the enemy come in to try and harass them on Gromp, almost every single time they'll stop and they'll say, oh, you know what, we're not going to take any more damage from this, and they just go to lane. And both teams consent to no jungle starts for themselves. But Team EnVy a little bit stubborn there, and they are punished for it as Matt not only steals the Gromp, but baits out an extra summoner. Well, I guess he used his exhaust too.
And right now, actually, Arcsecond is a camp ahead of Procxin. Was already level 3 when he was doing the blue buff steal. Procxin just hitting that level himself, so Arcsecond actually in a pretty good spot himself up a camp.
As we said, RekSai is a more simplistic jungler, a lot easier, especially for someone who recently has switched over to jungling. This would definitely be my go-to champ for pro play. A little bit less early playmaking. We'll see if Procxin can make that up. He definitely still has flash, but he's been seen on that deep river ward from Lourlo, so they know his whereabouts and shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, shouldn't be too much. We'll see what happens though as Procxin is roaming around into the mid lane. FeniX half HP, level 4, Kassadin already out of potions. But a great ward says, there's someone coming.
And that ward is, I mean, it's kind of expected, right? Because I said they just got seen in the river. They knew he was over there. There's only one place he can go. He just went down from the river. They know he just cleared out that side of the jungle, so good job there. FeniX spies him, and he will not be surprised as predicted.
Arcsecond wastes a little bit of time at the mid lane. Looks like he's going to fight for the Scuttle Crab in the bottom river right now as Ninja pushes the wave in. And FeniX will likely, yeah, he will teleport to get back in and not miss too much here. Right now, plus 2 minions for Ninja.
Yep, use your teleport to get back to lane. That's how you shore up Kassadin's laning phase. First teleport doesn't provide a whole bunch of kill pressure unless something crazy happens in one of the side lanes where they're just trading super hard very often. I'd say most of the time you definitely want to use it just to get back to lane and try and get through that lane phase, and it's working out well for him. Was able to refill his corruption potion, add the extra ring here, and try and get to that level 6.
And we'll see what happens. Jynthe and Matt just shoving up in the bot lane right now. They have managed to actually make this lead quite a bit closer than before. Envy doing a pretty good job in this landing phase of not falling too far behind for how bad the very early game looked. So you don't expect to lose lane being this matchup, and that's the case they're in right now. Jynthe up 4, and Matt up the Gromp. Otherwise, a pretty docile game right here. Slight farm lead for FeniX, good for him. Top lane actually going a bit better for Lourlo than it was in the prior matchup. Now that he's facing Irelia instead of the Kassadin, and life looks good.
Look at this, good guy Arcsecond brings a pink ward on his first move up to the top side, places it for Lourlo so he can keep pushing Seraph in. As of right now, though, Seraph should actually be able to get a lead in CS, even though he's down right now. There's a large wave at his turret, and Seraph, or Irelia is one of the best champions at last hitting. Here we go, FeniX not level 6 though.
Only level 5, has the flash, a great flash followed by Procxin. Do they have the damage? Probably not actually. His Q shield was good enough, and Procxin did not have to flash because it meant nothing at the end of it all.
Yeah, I mean, he's not level 6 either. Gragas doesn't have ultimate. That would have been perfect play if he did have ultimate and he could get him back into the lane, but FeniX, he hits level 6 on that minion.
Ninja can heal soon if he doesn't run out of ult. He's gonna wait for it. Oh, the timing wasn't quite there. Now he can turn back on a Matt. No, he doesn't land it.
Oh.
And the snipe from Arcsecond, his second first blood in 2 games.
Oh my goodness, what
Ninja
a heartbreaker for Envy. That is really rough. FeniX had even given up on that too. FeniX was back to farming, and it was Arcsecond and Matt that actually closed out that play.
Yep.
First 2 games on the LCS stage, 2 first bloods.
Yep.
This guy is a prodigy.
There we go.
Jungle god.
Who even is Dardoch? All I know is Arcsecond's the best jungler Liquid's ever had. Oh, I'm being facetious. Dardoch's obviously a very good player, but
Ruthless Phreak.
I'm hyping up the new guy because it's cool.
I as well am.
What's great actually is casting him in the Challenger Series, Arcsecond was really known for playing Seraph and other poke mages. And now you've got a champion who's got a like 1200 range skill shot.
Small ones.
Yeah, Procxin got some of them. So Arcsecond is actually used to sniping people from like halfway across the map in the mid lane. This is like complete comfort zone for Arcsecond.
Yeah, forget about all that playing melees back to back and
yeah, no, it's the Q skill shot
and frontline tanks. Yeah,
that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Nah, it's gonna snipe people. AP RekSai coming in.
Regardless, though, he is also doing a very good job controlling the vision. We should talk about, the steps of what would it take if I was a new jungler in the LCS. Well, he's doing just that. Scuttle Crab control. He's got the first line of the vision wards, moving in with the Raptor smite that he smited away from Procxin. That's why he went for the big one, focusing on the health of it, plus able to get the smite away so you clear out extra vision in that side of the jungle. And, that first line that we talk about is when you just step past the river, but you don't want to step into the second line of brush. Because going into the brush, inside the enemy jungle, that's where you get turned around, you get killed, you get, completely snowball the enemy's lanes in there. Well, actually, FeniX here.
Body slam into FeniX. His Kassadin actually ripped off a couple of times, so his mana pool's not great. Is able to slink away, but running out of health, down to half HP as Ninja sustains back up in the mid lane.
Yeah, FeniX just goes and trades with the jungler there over his dead ward. Very angry about it. Bottom side Scuttle Crab going over to Procxin, though, as Seraph tries to make quick work of Lourlo. But the passive speed there from Ekko is big.
Big? You could say massive. I think it's
big.
Accurate.
I feel like I just had used it, so I didn't want to use it again.
Okay.
Anyways, Lourlo gonna use the ult back to lane, as has come to be expected of him. Plus, he built the phage first, so that's why the speed was big.
Impressive, you mean?
Lourlo doesn't have ult for this fight, by the way. Remember, he just used it to get back to lane.
Cannot dodge the stun, though, so Lourlo gonna heal back up a little bit more rapidly, and Dying Stun's gonna land, though. Seraph running out of HP, the flash follow, and the second grass comes through. Lourlo, living up to the name of his keystone, takes him out 2-0 with the solo kill.
Oh, man, that is gonna be rough for Seraph. He's probably gonna have to TP back to lane. Another wave is coming up right now. Lourlo pushing that in. Really strong outplay from the solo laner from Team Liquid. Team Liquid once again, early game going very, very well for them. They got a solo kill with their top laner. Jungler got the first flag. Jungler, look at that. Very nice, docile jungler.
Safe blue buff handoff. Red doesn't steal it. Arcsecond knows the pain. He makes sure he doesn't do it himself.
Just sits there and tanks it. And that's
Take notes.
That's the jungler mentality when you were previously a mid laner.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll sit here and tank this blue buff for you as long as you want. Yes, yes, clear another.
Yeah, clear the wave. It's okay.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll be here. I'll be here. I'll hold it for you.
He's going to be okay with that one. It is actually going for... This is interesting. I've seen a couple of junglers do this, but it's the early Jarm's Fist RekSai. Oftentimes we see the Tiamat Rush. Sometimes we see this one.
It's been rising in popularity quite significantly. Jarm's Fist just as a standalone item for the stacking potential because health is such a good early game stat. Early on, your scaling of just your champion per level, armor and magic resistance, is pretty high, and you want to. Your first defensive buy should almost always be health. Obviously, it does depend on champion specific, but generally that is the rule. Your first item is health, and that's the way that you get the most out of your defensive. Yeah. Durability out of your first defensive buy. FeniX here going for a pretty good trade. Does get his Thunderlord's proc, and Procxin waiting to punish him next time he does go for it.
Okay, there's the Rift Walk in, but FeniX has basically 1,000,000 mana at his disposal. The solo Drake take actually got a little bit of help from his team. It looks like they were running over, but Arcsecond has himself an Ocean Drake for the rest of Liquid. Now Hakuho's got to run away a little bit, puts up the shield, jumps back to Lod as they retreat. Snipes don't mean too much, dodges the stun, and they're going to be okay. On the hunt now, on cooldown, Jynthe gets nothing for it.
Regardless, though, look at the massive vision control. Team Liquid, this is the most surprising thing to me. Yeah, they have had success in the early game and they've been getting a lot of these kills, but look, they're putting a lot of time and effort into controlling the jungle. And I have to say, Arcsecond, you know, he gets smiley faces or gold stars basically across the early game here.
Right now, there are 5 wards past the river that Liquid own right now. That is very, very good for any stage of the game, let alone before 12 minutes right here. So a lot of vision to track Procxin as the early game's looking great.
And we'll look at what that's doing for Team Liquid. As okay, we have aggression in the bottom lane, and there is no Sivir ult, so they have to take the culling and take a bit of harass. However, some hot cocoa lying in the bushes, and potions being chugged by both.
Does the body good. Seraph once again trading up with Lourlo that wants to take this fight. He knows the W's on cooldown right now and gets a very nice chunk down. Lourlo at half.
Oh, move in here from Arcsecond with the teleport as well. Hakuho's pretty low.
The TP attempt. What can they get for themselves? Lourlo at half HP looks for the stun. Get a lot of damage on a Lod, and there comes the reset. And the Bard ultimate. Lod's not going to go anywhere with this one. There's the kill picked up. Jynthe makes it the third of the game for Liquid as they sit 2,000 gold up right now. FeniX gonna help them kill a ward, and this turret could go down.
Yeah, the other great thing about these deep wards that Team Liquid are putting in, you can teleport on them. Yes, I can scout the enemy jungler. I can counter the plays you're trying to set in motion. Plus, my top laner who's getting solo kills and controlling top lane also gets to come down. They get the turrets gold. Yes, first turret's gold there for Team Liquid, in addition to the lead in kills that they have. And even though that does cost Lourlo a pretty decent amount of CS, honestly, it's definitely worth it. You get that first turret bonus, and your bottom lane has complete control.
And they made sure they donated it all over to Jynthe, 650 to him personally as we watch this dive again.
All right, so Hakuho is obviously going to be the target. Flashes away that Burrow, very good job. But Lourlo just on the edge was going to get the stun. Not going to happen, so Matt covers it up. Bard ultimate just on top of it. Good slight overlapping there of the 2 zoning spells, and they are able to find it. Meanwhile, FeniX has been just blasting Ninja in the mid lane in this matchup.
Oh, man.
The junglers have been scouted so heavily that was pretty easy for Kassadin to trade really aggressively in that matchup and make a... Ooh.
Uh-oh, Lourlo. Yeah, ults back for the heal, gets some damage on a Procxin who flashes away. Doesn't quite get stunned, but it's going to be enough anyway. Lourlo gets the kill on a Procxin, and now it's poor Seraph underneath the turret. Jynthe has aggro. He's going to get hit up. One more hit will do it. He's going to get the kill picked up. Jynthe pulled aggro, screwed it up, and went down. Still a double kill for Lourlo, not the worst in the world. 5-1, top lane turret under fire.
I mean, Lourlo was pretty low also, and he had already used his ultimate, so there was no like super
tank.
Exactly. Meanwhile, though, let's take a look at the bottom lane.
The flash chase. FeniX almost gets logged. One more hit will do it, but the knockup comes through, and they're gonna turn it around. The retreat comes in. Arcsecond gets his second snipe of the game. Both kills with the Prey Seeker.
Teleport there, or Ninja actually just ghosting to walk down there as fast as he could, but he's too late. Nothing for them to clean up but minions. And man, the counter kill actually was pretty good for EnVy. This game is definitely slipping away from them, just like the first one.
Yeah.
The thing is, you don't want to let that huge gold disadvantage build up, because this time around, Team Liquid, as you pointed out in Champ Select, they are the ones with the Sivir. They are the ones with the Cassidon. You know, they're going to be running you down over those neutral objectives. Vlad, though, takes a lot of damage while trying to take down the turret. This counter kill is pretty impressive, though. He sticks around, relying on Hakuho. His stun, the potion being chugged right there is what keeps him alive long enough to get those autos off. And then Hakuho had the good knockups there. Prey Seeker, though, finds another victim.
He's going to land the Q, and Jynthe is already spell shielded as well. Not going to get the stun thanks to Hakuho's shield itself as the flash chase comes in. Two-man Temper Fate from Matt, and going to get away from the explosive cask as well. So a safe retreat by Liquid. Yes, they break some stuns, and the last shot comes through. Seraph with the max range Transcendent Blade from downtown picks up the kill. And trading it back a little bit, but it's still a 3,000 gold deficit for EnVy. They've got to make a lot of ground up right now. Looking at the mid lane for their first turret, maybe, but FeniX has so much damage, clears the wave, nothing to be done.
Oh man, that was actually very surprising that Lourlo was going to go down there. He does. Oh, FeniX actually loses his blue buff off the back of that as well. Good thing for Team Liquid, though, their top turret not going to go down because the minion wave was pushed up, and Seraph cannot stick around to finish it off.
So a tight game for sure. Bot lane going back and forth in kills and farm. There was a moment where Lod had the lead. That traded back around thanks to the double kill down there and the turret and everything else. Liquid looks good. Infernal Drake spawning in just 40 seconds right now. And LTL with the lead. 2,500 gold up. Likely to be the ones in control for that. The Ocean Drake helping a lot as well. Early Ocean Drakes are just absolutely insane for making your laning phase look good. And infinite mana, a nice benefit of that.
I feel like this is the best Drake curve. Ocean into Infernal. Here we go, though. This is that top fight. Lourlo even had the red buff. He's fighting in the cannon minion wave. A lot of minion damage, actually, there. Be very curious to look at that recap, because he's tanking 2 waves worth, and he actually went right back into that stun. Seraph's like, okay, I'm happy to fight you with my 2 sets of ranged minions plus cannon and just stun you up. Lourlo doesn't realize till too late. Gonna lose this 1v9?
Yeah, 1v9 if you count them as... We had discussions earlier about minion rights and if they count as full, full
They definitely don't count as full. So maybe if you have 3 waves.
All right, that's like each wave is a champion. It's like a 1v2.
Here we go, though. There's the Infernal Drake. Seraph gonna teleport in, and it's
a bit of a team fight. Matt taking a lot of damage. One more hit will do it. They're gonna knock him down. Seraph gets one already, and now Jynthe in a whole world of trouble, and a bunch of kills now coming through. How much more can they get? It's a double already for Seraph. He's got flash available. Liquid running away. The nice Q from Hakuho after the flash. Lourlo's gonna jump over the wall.
He also has his ultimate, so I don't know if that flash was really advised, but Team EnVy are gonna try and get a turret off of this. Minion wave control is
really
the objective
small, though.
here.
It's not going to be enough. The tank does watch out. Ninja could get stunned. He might have to pull, and he will do so. Hakuho quite injured. Is there much more of a chase for Liquid? FeniX, wants to go in full health bar. Lourlo gets stunned up, and oh no, that was way more than he wanted to bite off right there. The second time Lourlo dies for phase diving in.
I don't think they were communicating that, because it looked like Lourlo was just playing off of FeniX's actions rather than pre-planning that re-engage. Cassidon had already turned around, just going for some poke there, and Lourlo went for the kill. But let's take a look at the first kill. Matt was CC'd down as he got culling. Good little dodge there by Lod as well to get out of the parallel convergence. And now we're all over the place.
And that, I believe, was a 3-for-1 long form right now. The Drake's still alive, so someone else could pick that up in the near future, but the gold has been chopped back down to an only 800 difference. And once again, Liquid get a ridiculously good early game, and then a team fight happens, and EnVy bring it back to equal.
Pretty much. Lod here is going to curve out a little bit quicker than the Sivir as well. See if he can stay afoot. He is in a more self-sufficient AD carry as well.
I do think, though, to hit the point again that we had before, is even though EnVy are playing the mid game better, I do think the scaling still does lie with Liquid. That this is not the same as game one where, oh, EnVy tied it up, they're going to win this one late. I think it still does rest on Liquid's hands. Definitely
a possibility. There are tools that EnVy have that can be used really effectively. As you said, Braum wall, that's always great against the Sivir. You can try and destroy the Ricochet, and then Lucian is a much more, as I said, self-sufficient AD carry than Jhin, say, from the last one, so a little bit less susceptible to Kassadin. We'll see how well Lod can play it and how well his front line can also play it, because it is very much a team effort to try and defend team fights against Kassadin.
For sure. We are actually seeing a more assassin-focused build from Seraph. He's going Youmuu's Ghostblade second. Maybe it is going to be Dusk third after all. Normally we see things like Ruin King in that kind of build. Not going to be the case here.
Gotta say, I love what Ray has done to the top lane itemization builds.
Duskblade and everyone.
Duskblades, full damages. All right, here we go, though. Infernal Drake, number 1. Because the last time they started off, we were unable to finish. This time around, success for Team Liquid. They claim Drake number 2 for themselves. And even though the gold lead has disappeared, the Drakes remain, and they still have those bonuses.
And we'll see how much more they can get, because Liquid are playing pretty fast right now. No one is here to really stop the bot lane. There's a bit of a flank coming in. Braum to the left-hand side, and Liquid gonna have to disengage for this one. Big Hemo flank. Dive for Ninja, W's in, and has to retreat, though. He's gonna catch a bit of a heal. 800 health back in for this one.
Huge Hemo plague, but there's no damage to put on top of the damage amp there. Team Liquid are able to kite right back out. They trade ultimates. That was the Sivir ultimate blown to kite it back out. And we'll see what they get when they stick around here.
Attempted blue buff. Looks like it went over to Procxin on EnVy, though he's wearing a blue himself. Good smite, good barrel. Out they go. Liquid definitely are not wearing blue buffs, so I believe it did go to him.
Big difference here as well. Kassadin build. This time, FeniX is not opting for the Lichbane split push damage that Seraph went for. He's going right into that team fight of the Zhonya's. That team fight playmaking that we talked about for Kassadin allows them so much offensive power when you can go in with the confidence that you can also stasis and wait for the rest of your team to swarm in with the speed from Sivir ultimate. So maybe Team Liquid look to push up that timeline where they can try and start taking those victories. Meanwhile, EnVy though, Siege is back on.
And there we go. Bot lane outer turret goes down. Nice split pushing by Seraph. Mid lane under fire. Going to stay alive for now, but EnVy now up 1,000 gold. This is really good. They're actually doing very well on this one, making the comeback happen so far. Lourlo doesn't quite get the haste from Seraph. Going to look for one more attempt. Can't get it.
Yeah, Kassadin was trailing him. One of the strategies that I've really been a big fan of for the past year, kind of, is the change where in teams where you have 2 split pushers and in teams where you have double teleports, you can have one trail one of the more common split pushers, right? And one of the tank ones, more or less threatening. More or less threatening. That was good.
Good job.
But yeah, and then you have them surprised, right? When the enemy thinks they can take your sort of less threatening split pusher and they try and jump on them. And
surprise, Kassadin.
Kassadin's there in the background, and he's very good at chasing people down. So Kassadin's one of the ideal champions for that strategy.
Yeah, definitely. I want to talk about some more of the sort of synergies here, because I see Kassadin so little nowadays. I kind of want to talk about the interactions we have here. I think both Braum and Irelia are very good into Kassadin. I think this is part of the reason he's going Zhonya's. Like, Alistar has to, like, consciously pulverize a target, right? And if Kassadin's zipping around, he's got to save the cooldown. Braum just auto-attacks you once, and as a melee champion, you will get stunned.
He's got to consciously auto-attack him, too,
I mean, okay,
right?
sure, but...
hope that all these guys are conscious while...
I actively turn off my monitor when I play League of Legends. This is why I'm losing LP rapidly every week. But, yeah, Hakuho has a very easy job, a relatively easy job of actually CCing FeniX and making his life very difficult in 5-on-5s. Just takes an auto-attack, 1 second cooldown, no big deal, and just more tools that FeniX has to somehow navigate around when you have to land auto-attacks to do your full combo, and Hakuho said auto-attack to kill you.
Assassins definitely don't like crowd control.
True. And we saw actually...
Here it is again, the trailing split pusher play. Can he make it happen this time around, though?
Seraph running for dear life, doing the best he can. Jumped on by Lourlo yet again. Grasp triggers, the slows are there, and FeniX now going to be in range. Flashes for the everything else, and oh, Seraph is just going to run out of HP in this one. Flashing over the wall, Lourlo still in the chase. One more phase dive could do it. Gets the Q, Time Warner's going to set it up. There's the shutdown. Nicely done, Liquid, with the trailing Kassadin play. Gets the 2-on-1 kill.
Now they can shove up the bottom lane. They're actually going to have FeniX just recall. They did use both their solo lane flashes in order to get that kill, but they didn't use any teleports, so they can still respond. If EnVy try and collapse on this mid lane push, there are 2 teleports waiting to be used They don't try and bait him in. They don't really. The minions were all dead and there's no ward, so that's the only reason really. Yes, you have your teleports, but if there's nothing to use them on, can't really bait that one out.
So gold going back Liquid's way now. First team to hit 40,000 gold here as bot lane tier 2 goes down. Nice split pushing by Lourlo. You saw a little bit ago, Jynthe very afraid of EnVyUs' potential fight and kind of burned his ultimate a bit prematurely, so no on the hunt available for a little while. It will be back up well in time for the next Drake. That shouldn't be too big of an issue as the 45-second timer is all that Liquid needs. Blue trinket, Procxin should probably get this smite. Yeah.
Probably.
Nicely done, he gets it.
There is a stage in the game where you really start respecting mage burst and mid laners, and that's why we always talk about, oh yeah, you need a zone for Baron smites and stuff like that. Not quite there with the Rod of Ages and Zonias. Can't quite out damage the smite yet.
Arcsecond going to Tenet Hydra as well, so more damage coming out of the RekSai, and now FeniX finds 3 enemy champions there. Ooh, dodge the body slam for the flash knockup. It's going to be everything they need. I don't see him getting out of this one. One more hit will do it. Lot gets himself the kill. 2, 1, and 2 for this Lucian. Time the game back up. Envy still striking back.
Yeah, he will come up in time for the Infernal Drake. So for Team Liquid, yeah, that always sucks when you give a kill like that, but you know, they do have a Sivir they can try and rotate over for wave clear. And
will he be in time? This Drone's going to lose a lot of health. Sivir's not there. Arcsecond doing what he can, but he has to respect some of the damage output and be just a little bit gun shy because they're actually playing the split push game. Seraph is in the mid lane, just soloing that mid lane turret down. Gonna knock it out, and Envy tying the score up again. And look at the knockback out of Lourlo. He's gonna ult back in, but a couple more attacks will do it. No, Tempered Fate hits him. Will this be the re-engage for Liquid? Damage on a Seraph, quick shield block for Hakuho, and they're gonna be okay.
But if they can whittle them down, you know, chunk out the health bars in preparation for this Drake, that also is a very big deal. Now it's only 10 seconds away for the Infernal. Envy healing back up in the river, and they have a teleport on Seraph. So Seraph is going to purchase, then come back out onto the field.
And meanwhile, the Ocean Drake Liquid got earlier is helping them stay topped off for this move forward. They're all nice and healthy. Right now playing mid lane priority is Liquid as the Infernal Drake spawns just now. And Envy say, do we rush Drake? Do we defend mid? And they're gonna waddle over towards the mid lane, but this is a bad choke point. This could be cut off. You can see Matt looking for the stun.
Look at that ward now. Seraph's going on it.
Here comes the Seraph flank. Look into the back line for FeniX as Liquid runs away, but it's a bit of a disjointed retreat. Seraph's got to run back into the slow into Arcsecond. Watch out for the stun as Lourlo looks for a little bit, and it looks like Seraph's TP means basically nothing.
Definitely a bit disjointed, as you say. Pretty hard to collapse on that, though. I mean, the Team Luke squad is very mobile. Uh-oh. They're actually going to try and start up Inferno while defending mid.
It's a difficult call. I mean, Liquid clearly have priority. They can get the chip damage down on the turret. Envy don't want to let it go. They don't want to trade objectives. They want to fight for this one. Here comes the dive in. Ninja wants Jynthe. Explosive cast doesn't do a whole lot, but it does mean Sivir gets dropped out. 1 for 0 so far. Ninja catches the heal. They're now on to Matt, and Bard goes down. The third kill as well on the backside. Arcsecond drops his life. Now a gold lead for Envy. It's a 5 versus 2, and they're going for Baron.
Yeah, they can upgrade their neutral objective now. No longer focusing on Dragon. Here comes Lourlo, though. Misses the stun.
Missing the stun. 600 health going back into Ninja's pockets thanks to his empowered Q, and Envy make the right call to go for the fight. It was tricky, but they made the call. Knockup from Hakuho to try to buy time because they're saying focus Baron, knock it down. 1,000 health left. Smite is up for Procxin, and he's going to pick it up cleanly. Nicely done, Envy now sizably ahead.
Good job by all members there. Nice zoning from Hakuho. Able to get the knockup on both solo laners. Doesn't go down. They don't lose anyone in this fight, and they get the Baron afterwards. Jynthe spends the entire time just running here. Ninja drive-by kill onto the Sivir, circles around. That was almost all Ninja right there. Just runs through the entire team. Vladimir drive-by, and Jynthe did not get more than a couple autos off. Maybe only one the entire time.
And he, is going for the standard offensive build. I can't fault him for going into the items he's going for here, but he just got worn down so rapidly here.
That's why Ghost is so popular on Vladimir. You know, there is the option, as we saw last game, to take teleport as well and have that extra global, but Ninja making good use on the team fighting there. Able to get huge neutral objectives for the team. Baron and Infernal over to Envy, and once again, we have a game, early game going over Team Liquid. Couple of solo plays, some jungle first blood. Envy takes over in the mid game. more coordination here. And actually, they do not have teleport on Seraph, so EnVy has to run for it.
Sivir ulti pop, Liquid pulling the trigger, trying to make the play happen. Lourlo's on the flank, lands a two-man stun. Here's a knockout from Arcsecond. This is the fight that Liquid needs, but do they deserve it? It's a two-man temperate fake to make the play happen. Ninja in the front lines, but he's pretty tanky on the Vladimir. Dives forward, puts on the pool. Lourlo running out of health, and now Arcsecond gonna get stunned up. This is now a dead RekSai. No, she's gonna just barely slink away, but here come the reinforcements. Seraph is on. He's here to make some arrests. Looking for the kill. Ooh, on to Matt they go. FeniX in the back lines as well. Trading blows back and forth. A very spread out fight as Hakuho's out of HP, but it doesn't matter. 2 kills picked up, and now FeniX on the wrong side of town. He's not going to get revived for this one. This is going to be Procxin. Dancing around.
No help.
Well, he's waiting for his team. He can't win one going under FeniX.
His team is not coming. You can wait as long as you want, but Hakuho's only got 100 HP.
No one's around to help him. He's just buying time because the rest of the team running around near the mid lane, near the bottom jungle, and just a strange encounter all said and done.
Trying to trap a Kassadin.
Good luck with that. He's got full mana, and an Ocean Drake's actually giving him some health back. There's the body slam flash, and Procxin gets the officially solo kill.
Patience there.
Yes.
Procxin.
Wow.
Toys with his prey for a little while, corners him against his own base. Meanwhile, though, the reason he had to do that and the reason he had to wait, Lod and Seraph as well were pushing up, and they're trying to get that global gold, make use of the Baron buff.
All right, nicely done. And here we go. A 6,000 gold lead puts EnVy in the driver's seat. And once again, they have done such a better job of winning the team fights. Now into bot lane tier 2. The macro play, honestly, just on point for EnVy as they grow the lead even bigger.
Eerily similar to game number 1 here, and
yeah,
the map has gone dark for Team Liquid. All right, let's look at this, because this is one of the cases where it was almost Team EnVy. Eyes getting a little big here and chasing too many kills at once. They realized, though, that they were starting to lose a couple of the battles. Hakuho got super low. You know, they almost didn't have enough people to send off and chase down all the kills, but then they recoup. They collapse on the stragglers and are able to pick up some more advantages for themselves. Only one outer turret still stands for Team Liquid, and EnVy have actually grown this into a very sizable gold lead.
Yeah. 6,500 right now. We'll see if it gets any bigger. Chances are it will. They've been the better team in the late game. Absolutely. Ninja playing the wave clear, no big deal. Mid lane under control entirely. And at this point, you just kind of watch from EnVy's perspective and say, what's next for these guys? What's the next objective for them? Because anything they want, they tend to be able to take.
I say go back to the split push. You know, they're sending Seraph. He's got the teleport. He's got 2 levels on Lourlo and FeniX. So
oh, man.
I don't care who you send at this Irelia. There's nobody that can answer it by themselves. I'm not even quite sure if they can kill him in another one of those trailing solo split pusher plays where they both go. Maybe. It would definitely take them a long time because Seraph also has flash. So very easy for EnVy just to go back to the split push, send this massive Irelia to create some pressure, and the 4-man squad siege up, try and take down the extra gold here.
Well, here comes the potential for a play. FeniX gets a bit of damage, kites back out, and of course, thankfully for Liquid, they've got that Sivir. So the wave clear is there. They can buy a lot of time. Here comes the next wave. Vlad can knock the wave down pretty quickly. There's the boomerang blade, and you hope that he could see Jynthe get baited by the wave. Not going to happen just yet. They're going to go for it here. And here comes the play. Seraph, 1v2, looks for the play, gets stunned up though by parallel convergence. Plenty of damage into FeniX, who has to cut away. Pops the Zhonya's, and Seraph just saying, yep, you're mine. Nope, not gonna get it just yet. Stuns Lourlo instead. Body slam chains in, and suddenly life is bad for Ekko. Ult's back, but he's going into the enemy team, and there's the kill picked up. EnVy doing a great job turning it back around. Seraph just does not take enough damage.
Yeah, that's the reason I was skeptical about that 2v1. Yep. Seraph is going to capitalize. EnVy are going to take the inhibitor turrets, and they've broken their way into the Team Liquid base.
Nicely done, making it much faster than last time around. It took many fewer comeback team fights. EnVy making it look a lot better here. 33 minutes in, middle inhibitor is dead. EnVy are poised to make it a 2-0 lead in this best of 5.
Looking to actually deliver on that 3-0 promise, even though opening up in game 1 and even game 2 looked a little questionable, but man, have they been able to take over in the mid and late game. And honestly, that was the story for Team EnVy for most of the split, right? The big successes were always in that mid game. Seraph not only is he the captain of the team, but he does a lot in directing them towards the late game, split pushing and focusing on these objectives. And they have had very, very good control.
Yeah, Gotta say, just overall, massive props to EnVy for how they are navigating these mid games, because they're getting down substantial counts. There was like 3,000 at 15 minutes. That's pretty big, and they still made it happen.
Yeah, there is definitely some for both sides, because Team Liquid are making some unforced errors and, you know, opening opportunities, but EnVy are capitalizing on them very well and getting those punishes to work.
We'll see what the next punish is. As we move forward, Seraph once again splitting in the bot side. You've got Gragas dealing with minions and monsters in the top as they once again find their lane assignments. Looks like 3-1-1 this time around. Vladimir holding the mid. Ninja can easily run to either side, whichever one is needed, as the primary force is going to be in that top lane. Baron is going to be alive. So is the Mountain Drake, actually. So some neutral objectives also to play for. They don't need to go for turrets. Instead, they play the vision game around neutral objectives, and they will start the Baron right away. There's some wards around, but it'll still be very difficult for Liquid to make this even happen. Well, they're going to recall 10,000 health on Baron Nashor. Ninja spotted up, takes a bit of damage, but he's Vladimir, doesn't care too much. Hakuho holding the front line. Here comes the teleport.
EnVy want this fight.
And they're going to catch Matt, though. It's going to be one picked off already. Lod's unstoppable. Here comes the dive on in. FeniX got to run away. Seraph in the back line. He's already picked off Jynthe. FeniX going to run for this one. Arcsecond running out of health as well. Jumps over the wall, but here comes Seraph anyway. And it's another one. A double kill for Lotta. 3 for 0. EnVy can do no wrong in these fights. Liquid just limping and losing more and more limbs every time.
EnVy gonna run it straight through to the Nexus too. They're looking to end the game, not delaying at all.
Not at all. They've already.
Well, maybe a little bit to try to kill FeniX.
Maybe.
Stare him down.
Fantasy points don't exist here in the late game or in the postseason, so it's going to be the Nexus turret's the primary target. What matters is winning the game and winning the match. And so far, 2-0 in games. EnVy have started their run. One last fight to seal the deal. Push FeniX away from the Nexus because they will grab the last kill. Lot is godlike. The Nexus goes down, and EnVy are one game away from their rematch with Cloud9.
Team Liquid definitely with some issues to clean up towards the mid game. Losing Dardoch, that's why people said it was such a big deal, because losing Dardoch, not only is he a great individual jungler, right? This guy, he's got great mechanics. People are saying, oh, you know, he arguably could be the best person on their team just as an individual player.
Sure.
But he did so much as far as giving the team a direction in the game, right? In-game shot calling is one thing, in-game leadership is another thing on top of it. And, you know, even if, you know, some of the words he uses are harsh sometimes, or they create strife within the team, Team Liquid without Dardoch previously in the season looked like they struggled to find that direction, right?
Yeah.
And that is kind of surfacing here.
Yeah, the direction they've got right now has been downward. They're finding the ganks, and again, I'll repeat what I said from the first game. Arcsecond, as an individual contributor, seems fine. He's getting the ganks off. 2 first bloods in a row. That's a great track record. The early game leads continue to be here for Liquid, but as you said, the leadership, the direction isn't there, and EnVy doing such a better job of team fighting.
As far as 2-week-old junglers that I've seen, Arcsecond is the best.
I got to agree with that one, but unfortunately, Liquid's still not the team that they expect to be with this current lineup. So EnVy, hey, good job to them. They're leading this series 2-0, so let's hand it back to the analyst desk.